So I have grown up with a garden with my parents for a long time. I always remember having to do chores in the garden and I hated them, and now as an adult, I definitely want a garden. I mostly remember summer vegetables and fruits, and I decided this year to try it out. I started this garden in March, maybe early April too, so my seedlings are actually a little late, I think, and I did buy some greenhouse already partially grown vegetables and fruits too. I am most comfortable with summer plants. I think that's because I was out of school as a kid, and that's when I would spend the most time outside with plants. When I started this garden, I didn't really think it would be anything. I'm always really scared that it would fail, and I did start it a bit late, as I said, with the seedlings, and I planted like in the ground late, and I started my garden late. I'm going to show my garden. I have almost 4 parts to my garden, I think. I have a kind of traditional garden that is getting mostly morning sun and gets afternoon shade, and then I have like a full sun plants in pots right now. I don't have anywhere to put them. I've been thinking about what to do, but right now they're in pots. Maybe later on I can figure out how to get a full sun garden with my yard. And I have a partial sun on the side of my house, and I was thinking it might get enough sun to do something, and I don't like that side of my house, so might as well fill it up with some vegetables. And then I have in my front yard, again partial sun, with like a box and a raised garden. So this is my second year living in this house, and living here I've slowly figured out where perhaps these plants might do well. Hopefully something will come of it. Now this is the mid-June, and I've harvested nothing so far, but I've got some things that look potentially like I might be able to harvest something. My garden is not fancy, but honestly this is just my first garden. I'm proud of it, but also scared of it, and I know it's not beautiful, but I thought I would just show what I've got. Sneak. First, I would like to show my potted garden. This is the full sun garden. I have little tomatoes here in plants, and I have a basil plant too. This is a tomato plant that I got from Walmart. It's supposed to be like a carbon heirloom tomato and turn purple, but we'll see. Another part of my full sun potted garden is these lovely plants I got from the local Buddhist temple. They're selling some Thai plants, which was awesome. I got some lemongrass, Thai basil, Thai chili peppers, and of course some tomatoes. This is the part of the garden that was a playset at one point, and rocks were all over the ground here, and we just got up all the rocks, and the earth is very hard, and so we're trying to kind of revive it to get some oxygen in there. I have some zucchinis here. Everything looks really pitiful. I sprained my ankle the day before, so I didn't get to water like I would like to, but I got quite a few zucchinis here, soaking up that water. This little guy is another plant I got from the Buddhist temple,
It is a green bean. Apparently the green beans will be as long as my arm. We'll see. So I have about 12 tomato plants in this garden. Most of them are from seedlings. I think they're a mixture of romaine, big boy, and I don't know what else because I didn't keep up with that. So, oops. Also in the back here I have some blueberry bushes. They probably won't produce much this year, but maybe in a few years. Here is my raised garden in the front of my house with partial sun. It's getting quite a bit, as you can see here, and these tomato plants are doing great. It's mostly just tomatoes. I have in the front here some sun tomatoes, in the back a few Pinkalicious, and a few from my parents' compost. Here is that tomato, and here's another tomato plant from my parents' compost. They always do really well, it seems. I also have a few herbs right beside these tomatoes here. I have a large, healthy basil plant, some thyme, and also some lavender, as you can see over here. I also have a few of my herbs here in some pots on the steps in the front of the house. It's the same basil, thyme, and a little bit of cilantro. This is the last part of my garden. It's on the side of my house here. It's really weedy, so I apologize. And these little guys are very dramatic. They need some water. But I have mostly squash here. I think this is my only squash plant that made it this year. And the rest are cucumber plants. So I also thought I'd show what I am using to help them grow, especially since now they're starting, as you can see, some of them are starting to have some fruit on them or vegetables, so that's really exciting. So about once a week I use this Miracle-Gro. I just put it in my water, no problem, really easy. And then when I feel like the plant needs some nutrients, which I think they will need, as you can see, they're a little pitiful. I use just a little bit of this stuff. It's essentially what's in here, but in a concentrate form.
So that was my tour. It's definitely looking pitiful because I didn't water it yesterday. I sprained my ankle on a hike, and so I didn't water my plants yesterday, hoping that they would be okay with one day without just a little bit of water. It has not rained here in about a week, and it looks like there's a really low chance for it raining next week too. But you can see I have a little bit going on. I do have some house plants I've kept alive, which I feel like it's a bit different, but I'm pretty proud of these guys over here. My shamrocks. At them. They're a little pitiful right now because they are blooming. They go through a cycle where they bloom and then they will come back in full force. So these things will go crazy, but they're really cute. It's really windy. So I'll update my garden maybe at the end of June, and then try to keep up with how much I harvested. So yeah, I'll keep an update what I harvest, update the garden, and hopefully my favorite thing to do is can, so hopefully I'll get some things to can too. So till then, I'll update you more on my garden. Bye!